I wanted to wait till Ramadan was over before I addressed the documentary, the Yaki Khadafi documentary. I haven't watched it. I have some friends that, contacted me after they seen the documentary. So the documentary, she basically said I'm part of a conspiracy cover-up, that her son Khadafi was intentionally murdered by my cousin, and I'm part of hiding these facts. Let me explain something. When my cousin, killed Khadafi, he was 16 years old. This was 30 years ago. He walked into the police station. He said, I am the one to pull the trigger and took the life of Khadafi. That has nothing to do with me or a cover-up when he walked into the police station and said he's the one that pulled the trigger. I went against my family. I went against my entire hood when I went back to New Jersey to convince my cousin to turn himself into the police station. Turn himself into the police. Telling somebody to go to the police in my neighborhood is like equivalent of snitching. But I still went against my family in my neighborhood to tell my cousin he have to face responsibility for what he done to Khadafi. My cousin to this day, 30 years later, he told me that it was an accident. Now, if it wasn't an accident, then he have to face Allah on Yawm al-Qiyamah. If it wasn't an accident and he said it was intentionally, he have to face Allah. The same way I have to face Allah and you have to face Allah for your deeds on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Do I believe it was intentionally? No, I believe that it happened by mistake, and I believe the words of my cousin. Now, to try to bully me to have a different stance, that's not going to happen. I understand where she's coming from as a grieving mother. I don't believe that there's probably no mother who lost a child from gun violence would believe that it was by mistake. Most mothers, if not all mothers, would believe that their child was killed or murdered purposely. I believe this. Now, two of the things that they said she mentioned to make it seem like I'm part of this conspiracy is that I said that my cousin had a trial, which he didn't have a trial. He had a plea bargain, a plea deal. Now, when I said he had a trial, it was an honest mistake, because when my cousin went to court, I was in Atlanta at Tupac mother house. He was in New Jersey. We didn't have cell phones back then where I can call and check up on everything. All I know is that he walked into the police station, turned himself in. Not too long after that, he was sentenced. So by me saying that he had a trial, that was just a mistake of me talking, not even knowing too much about his court case back then. The second thing she mentioned is that I said she was part of a meeting with my family, her family, and Tupac family. She wasn't there, but I said online in the past, she said that I said she was there, which is another honest mistake. Because once again, I was in Atlanta at Tupac mother house when this meeting occurred between my family, Tupac family, and I thought she was there because they invited her, but she didn't turn out. Once again, these are honest mistakes, have nothing to do with a conspiracy. My family won't respect me if they know. My own family won't respect me if they know that I know something. As like, for example, I'm part of a conspiracy and I'm coming on social media and I'm saying the opposite. My own family won't respect me because they won't agree with that type of stuff. We either stand on what we believe and we don't go back and forth or play defense. So I understand where she's coming from. She said, why I didn't investigate. I haven't investigated my own parents' murder. Every year growing up, I heard a different story why my mother and father was murdered. Didn't investigate their murder. My brother Siki was found dead with a bullet to his head. The door was wide open as if somebody ran out the house. I didn't investigate the murder because I'm a firm believer that his death. I didn't investigate his death because I'm a firm believer that whatever happens to you is written from God. Me investigating my parents' murder is not going to bring my parents back. Me investigating my brother, not going to bring my brother back. Me investigating Khadafi death, not going to bring Khadafi death. All I do know is that Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth, knows what truly happened. And my cousin have to face God on the day of judgment the same way I have to face God on the day of judgment. That's it, So to say that I'm part of a conspiracy, I have nothing to do with a conspiracy. I believe my cousin's stance and his story, and I have a right to believe what I want to believe, the way she have a right to believe that what she believes.